Hey, what up? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to. Hey, what up? Oh no,
How's it
there's
going,
an echo.
everybody?
What the hell? All right, there we go. The echo should be gone. Um, you know what, Chileth? Do you want to be a mod or not? Let's be real. Um, welcome to our usual Thursday stream. As I mentioned on Twitter, we are really getting into Eternal Weekend's refinement phase, really trying to nail down what our deck list is going to look like in almost a month, almost to the day. Actually, is that to the? That might literally be to the day. Yes, it is. Cool. Um, and so, I feel like the meta has, for the most part, settled. I think we know what the problem decks are going to be. And now we're getting into testing out the tiny tweaks that I feel like we might need to make here or there to, adjust for that. And there's two changes I made from the previous stream. The one that basically doesn't matter is that I'm just putting into Mind Big Trap over two of the Deafening Silence. Still three like Storm hate cards total. Just like kind of flipping back and forth on whether I care about it being good on turn zero versus better every other turn. We'll see. Um, the other change that I made is that I cut the opposition agents in the sideboard for this second copy of Lauren. Um, the reason behind this, so the reason, I'll start with the reason that I want Lauren, and that's mostly that the it really depends on the build. Part of the problem with talking about Beans decks is that there's a lot of different ways that people have already built Beans decks, and I'm not really sure what. No, we haven't really centered on a particular build. That said, the builds that look kind of like the four color non-black control decks um, that are playing like the One Ring and Fourth Airlingus and Beans and Leyline Binding and all that, the matchup does not feel very good. Um, Looking at it in paper, the couple matches I've played against it doesn't feel great. Um, Lauren, I think, is actually quite good against them, given that one of their removal spells is Leyline Binding. And if you can control their payoffs with, if you can control the beans so that like the payoff of their deck isn't actually there, then they start looking more like a normal control deck, but all of their cards are kind of like less efficient because they're trying to play into the beans energy that then isn't there. It doesn't really solve the fourth Erlingus problem. We've already talked about that a lot. That's what Teague is there for anyway. The other reason I was kind of leaning towards Lauren is that there is definitely like a meaningful weakness that a lot of the top decks have to Urza Saga. Um, Scam in particular, like it's just hard for blue and black as colors to deal with in tempo decks, especially I should say, to deal with Urza Saga. There's a meltdown here and there, but like the scam decks don't really have room for like dress down to fight construct tokens. Um, and I think there's a lot of decks that are kind of a lot of saga decks that seem to be reasonably popular. Um, and I think basically Beans and Saga are two cards we're going to see a lot, is kind of the conclusion that I came to. And I really wanted to find room for a second Lauren. I think it kind of has to be in the sideboard in this build, unfortunately. The reason that I chose the opposition agent in my sideboard as my cut is um, when I was just looking at the matchups that it comes in against, I think there's kind of two problems. One is that I think the matchups it's best in are ones where we don't need that much help. Um, or if it is really good and we really need it, it's a three drop is not going to help us against like Storm, for example. It's just not really a reliable tool there. Um, but like against, you know, Against Depths, we're already a fine matchup there. Against Maverick, that matchup's good. We also have Teague, Cradle Control. Again, you have you have other things like this Containment Priest may not fit in here. It's kind of what's taking the opposition agent place as well. The reason I'm currently leaning towards Containment Priest is that it comes in against the fair reanimate decks, where opposition agent doesn't. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with opposition agent. It just felt like it. I couldn't get that card to matter in the way that I really wanted it to. It's a hammer against some matchups that I feel like we can already play reasonably well into anyway, and a lot of the matchups that it's a hammer, you need way more. You need more than a 3-drop, right? You would really need cards like these, you know. So that's where I'm at. Gonna give it a roll and see how it feels. And the main deck is totally unchanged. Other cards that are on my mind are this one is like, oh, where's my on thin ice? Nowhere to be found. Could not catch me dead playing a snow basic. I think the couple cards on my mind. There's Trailblazer's Torch, kind of similarly for the Beans problem, because they don't put many creatures into play. You could get a lot of value out of the initiative. The main problem being that I think it's like very bad against basically every other deck. So I'm just not sure that that's really what you want. The updates broke that. There we go. Sure. I will keep. This person has played Doomsday before, huh? At least I think they have. Even if they print Snow Duels, I would not do it. It is, in fact, Doomsday, and they were going to turn one Doomsday us. But now they won't. So we're alive for a minute. But that Brainstorm is certainly looking a little bit like a problem. Chylith, what would you like to point out? Oh, sure. You are right. Okay, there's the Brainstorm. We just need them to not find another Doomsday, another Brainstorm. Okay. Hell yeah, let's go. Now, here's an example of a matchup where, yeah, I would like to have opposition agent, but it doesn't matter. I'm just dead. So we're going to bring in Gaddock Teagues and Surgicals and Mindbreak Traps and a Deafening Silence. And we're going to board out a bunch of dumb, stinky, bad cards. And then we're going to pray. Board in one battle, huh? No, I think, you know what? If they pivot to Shieldred, good for them. That is what I'll say. You did give some reasoning. I will decline to follow it. How about that? Oh my god, get out of there. So I think this is probably all we're doing. Um, yeah. I mean, what are we mulling to, right? I think this is probably fine. Deal. Mull to 6 with Leyline and Dark Ritual Doomsday, huh? I am sorry you won't be there. I will imagine it for your sake. All right, what do they got in there? Underground Sea, Underground Sea. So no Underground Sea. Probably the basic island is gonna be in there. I have to imagine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so I think it might be islands. There could be a cavern. I don't know if cavern really gets boarded out or not. Um, but how many? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I see 3 street wraiths. So I think we just surgical doomsday to shuffle the pile and hope. And we get to see what's going on. Even though this hand does not have. Okay, sure. I think we would rather have this mom resolve, although I guess I'm not 100% sure about that. Wait, what do you mean surgical thoracle? This is the exile pile. Or am I missing a joke? Oh my god, say it ain't so. Uh, days. I see 2 dazes. They could have a third one here. We'll see. They do. Oh, damn. Well, we tried. I guess playing the Teague was bad, but they're well, playing the Teague didn't do anything. Could have paid for the days there, but I feel like it's much more likely we're gonna have to beat a force than a days. So also these situations just don't happen, right? That's just. Oh, that's true. We could should have just seen all the forces in their pile. Um, though, admittedly, I think if we don't play the Teague, they probably just don't go for it, right? They only went for it because there was like basically no chance when they had when we were tapped out and they have the days. There's no risk for them, but otherwise they just take one more draw step. So. Gonna be a no on that one. This'll work. What? What are we bottoming here? Probably just Caracas, I guess. We're gonna play out a 2-drop. Um, we don't I don't think we're likely. I guess we might as well keep Caracas because like there's no harm in doing so. So I guess we can just put back Scrublands. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I've that is probably a good idea, honestly. Um, force hitting Vile is good for me, though it is suspicious. Okay, phew. All right, we're alive. We're alive. Yeah, yeah, I know they're not a wasteland deck. I'm thinking more like, um, I am definitely just overthinking it, and it's just like there's no reason not to have Caracas. Um, I don't think that it's really in any Doomsday lists right now, but I'm going to play around Massacre anyway, just to be safe. And I think here we're just gonna sorcery speed a Bowmaster. And just get it into play while they're tapped out. Yeah. All right. Good start, friends. They should really not errata evoke. I think people who think about solving format problems with card errata are pretty whack. Not gonna lie, just ban cards. It is. It's really weird how like for a while I don't do it anymore, but like there was a while I was just like tracking my um tracking wins or tracking like my matchup data from streams mostly, and I was like really weirdly positive against Doomsday. Like I want to say there was a point where I was like 8-3 in the matchup or something. Like that doesn't seem possible like that. This hand is okay. Yeah, this hand's fine. Interesting. Burn, huh? Deal. I was kind of thinking of Eidolon when I cast that vial, because if I don't have to um, cast any more spells, that would be nice. Although I'm probably going to have to cast one of these at least. Yeah, just pass here. I had a lands. I think my record there is probably like even-ish. I did for a while have a weirdly good record specifically against um, they're gonna be able to save the Swift Spear, so I'm just gonna deal with the Eidolon here and do this. Yeah, lands was for a very long time a good matchup. It got worse with Valakut Exploration, but was still manageable. Um, but before that, I would say it was just a good matchup. Um, and now it is not, unfortunately. This is annoying. Drawing a lot of moms here. But yeah, Urza Saga is what really ruins that for us. I think I'm just going to try to take as little damage from this Eidolon as I can. What was I saying? Oh, sorry. I keep getting distracted. 8 Mulch specifically, I had a really good record against them. It was a small sample size. It was only like 5 matches, but I won like 4 of them, and that matchup is like supposed to be truly abysmally horrible. And I just kept like kind of lucking out against them. Croxa, huh? So it's I lose 3 if I discard a non-land card. Okay, cool. Even better reason to have kept this mom in my hands. All right, well, they sure are not able to attack, so I'll take that. Ooh, that's a really good draw, too. They only have 1 card in their hands. So we could recruit. I guess we're just recruiting for Stoneforge here. Recruit for Stoneforge, waste the Badlands so that they can't escape Croxa. Yeah. I'll take the 2 off of the Eidolon, but only 1 card left in their hand and 9 life and a board they can't attack through. I think overall I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm specifically going to get Jite here so that I can gain life before their draw step next turn. All right, deal. I will take it. I don't have much for this matchup because, well, I guess it's probably obvious why this matchup isn't real. So I don't want thinking about all these. I guess all these really. Um, so cards that are not good. Wisp is pretty bad because it just doesn't do much. Um, I don't want Thoughtseize. I guess cutting Thoughtseize actually makes this pretty easy, huh? The reason I don't like Thoughtseize is because, like, sure, sometimes you're gonna get to take a card that's gonna deal 3 damage when you only lose 2 life, but the fact that you're spending your mana to do it is a big problem. Um, they're playing Burn. I'm pretty yeah, I like Teague for Fire Blast. It's the only card that it does anything against, but I think that's better than these cards at least. Um, I think the biggest question here is Battle of Bywater because it's not actually gonna kill anything. It's just gonna make us food, and I think that's actually not good enough. Um, so we could have 2 Wisp. I guess it's probably just 2 Wisp. That's probably fine. The nice thing about Wisp is it does like force out removal. Or it forces them to use burn spells on creatures that they otherwise would not like to sometimes. Um, and this is the part where like the mana efficiency between these 2 cards has to come into question. For all that I don't really want Thoughtseize. Yeah, it probably is. I guess I do have to also be wary of like Roiling Vortex is a card that like is definitely going to be a potential problem. This hand is pretty good. It's not. It's very much not Price of Progress proof, but I'll live with that. Give me a land. Hell yeah, we got a land. Ooh, do we cast this Vial? No, probably not. We just saved the life. Get out of here. Another Eidolon. Okay. We're drawing a lot of mobs against Burn today, huh? This Eidolon is probably going to deal us a lot of damage. I think I want to Solitude it, pitching a Mom, and then just cast Vile Mom. Oh, we're almost certainly going to get pops. It's okay. I'll let him have it. Yes. Please do that. Oh, that's very good for me. Um, Give me another lands. Nice. Okay, maybe not, but I mean, I guess it's a card I don't have to draw now, obviously, so I'll take that. Um, nice, even more Skyclaves. So yeah, we're just gonna get their creatures out of play. They only have 2 cards left. This is gonna be rough for them. Bolting Skyclave to get a 1/1. Deal. Here's that Badlands again. All right, we're gonna recruit for a Stoneforge. And it's looking a bit like the game's gonna end. But we'll see. What's the last card in their hand? Could be a smash. Okay. All right, well, we'll never figure out. All right, cool. Smash made sense there, I think. Although if they did have one, I feel like they probably should have smashed my vial. Not totally sure. Yeti Online Games, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We didn't see Bowmaster, we saw Croxa. Bowmasters makes more sense than Croxa does, so I'm guessing it's in their list, but who knows. This person plays a lot of 60 card D&T. I believe they top 8'd a challenge relatively recently. What I mean by that is hopefully I don't get embarrassed. Yeah, child, don't say it. It's all going through my head already. You do not need to help. Yeah, that seems fine. Do I even bother thought seizing them? So thought seize. Let me think. The fact that they aren't on Yorion makes it a little bit easier. I think I am just going to play the mom, and I might Thoughtseize them next turn. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. In the 80 card mirror, Thoughtseize is basically laser targeted at either Kaldra or Yorion. Now that I only have to worry about Kaldra, it feels a little bit easier. Like this Thoughtseize might just get their Stoneforge, and then I'll have like, oh cool, I even get this basic swamp. That might just give me a ton of time. We'll see. Oh, their hand just stinks. Okay. I don't even know what's. Wow, this is really bad. Um, it's either Sash or the second vial. I'm going to take the second vial because that unlocks potential scary things that they can do later. The other two cards are just actually useless. If the rest of their hand wasn't Wasteland, I might be a little bit more afraid of Sash, but like, what are they going to do? Uh, yeah, you're just getting cultured, friend. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sash can be a 3/3. Oh no. Flagstones. All right. Got some cataclysms going on over there. Is that what you're saying? Cataclysm is a fucking banger. I wish it was better. There was a period of like 2.5 years where I did not lose any game uh, in which Cataclysm resolved, including one match where my opponent cast it against me. Um, it was a very dumb cast for them. To be clear, it literally just turned a game that they couldn't really lose into one that gave me a very clear opening. Um, but yeah, I won every game it resolved for a very long time. I love that card to death. Um, I'm Hey, I'm your Gabs. Thanks for the follow. I am pretty tempted to just Skyclave this vial here. Because I don't know how they are going to beat this. I don't know how they're going to beat all of this without the power of Vial behind them. Um, so, yeah, I'm just going to get rid of the Vial. This is another reason to take the Vial with the Thoughtseize also. Oh my gosh, 2 subs in 1 day. That's crazy. Thank you so much for the subscription. And this is the Spirit of Labyrinth, I assume. I guess they could have gotten a Stoneforge off the top. That would be annoying, but still manageable. Yes, I have never once brought in Cataclysm against lands. I am sure a lot of people get losses that way, but I just don't think that's a matchup that you're supposed to bring that card in at all. So, it's supposed to be at 6. Could potentially be as low as like 4 if they really wanted to. Um, I think I'm probably just going to trade Skyclave with the Spirit to save a little bit of life. That seems fine. Because, like, with this hand, I just need to make sure I don't die. And I feel like gaining gaining 3 here is pretty good. So, well, I am glad that you're a big fan. Welcome. It sucks to trade for a card that doesn't matter, but like, you know, that's still a Blade of the Sixth Pride. That can deal damage. That one will not really deal any damage. So we'll Cauldra them in response to this port. Gonna keep it back as a blocker here. What do they... Cool, another mom. I think I am putting Yorion in my hand here. Maybe not. Nah. Yeah, I am. I definitely don't want to cast the mom because then that puts me in a scenario where I have to pitch a Solitude to the Solitude if I need to, and that would be bad. So. And now they're going to port me, and I'm just going to Solitude the Sash in response. That's fine. Yep, I'm just going to cast Stoneforge for a Jite here, and then this is going to be over. Yep, that's fine. Not casting any black spells anytime soon here. Lauren on the Jite, I suppose? Yeah, that's fine. I think I just want to make sure the Thalia dies because the first strike here is kind of annoying. Maybe it doesn't matter. Try killing Lauren first. Maybe they'll bounce that, and then that's just going to be yeah. Okay, then this is the best for me because the Lauren won't even answer anything now. They're going to port me again, and I'm just going to Solitude the Illusion. This game is going to be very over. I don't even really need to Solitude the Illusion. It's mostly playing with my food, but I think this is what a lot of games against a 60 card are going to look like, honestly. Yep, cool. There we go. So I want to bring in Containment Priest. I want to bring in the Loran. I want to bring in the Council's Judgments. And the Battle of Bywaters are going to be better against them than they are against me. And I already want to board out all these stinky, stupid Thalios. So I'm going to board out all the Thalios, and then I just need one more card to cut. I will not be boarding in Yorion. Nice try, though. I don't really want to board out any equipment. They're all just going to matter in different board states. Well, I'm pretty sure I really want Thoughtseize. I might just not bring in the second Battle of Bywater, I think, before I trim a Thoughtseize. Oh yeah, I can cut Sash. Yeah, that makes sense. That looks better. I'm pretty happy with this hand. It's a little weak to like mom into Stoneforge, but it's otherwise good against like everything. And yeah, if they're just going Plains Pass, that's perfect. This Council's Judgment is also a very good draw. The reason for the green splash is for these friends right here, Gaddock Teague. The main reason behind that is the main card that I'm thinking of when I put Teague in my sideboard was Fourth Aerlingus. That card is just really extremely hard to beat at basically all stages of the game. And I really wanted to have a way to keep it from getting cast. And Teague is a very good way to do that. Solitude. They're playing Sarah Avenger. Oh my god. It's not a good choice, but they're after my heart, that's for sure. So we really want to draw lands here. Nope. He did not. So that's a bummer. But at least this Vial getting to 2 means we can Vial in the Bowmasters, and then we can and then this can get a Plains, and we don't have to worry about like Wasteland or anything like that. Not really that worried about doing anything here, but I don't want to just pass either. I don't know. I don't go on Goldfish very often. Their deck categorization is really broken, though. For a while when I was playing, when some lists, including mine, were playing the red splash, it did appear as Mardu Stoneblade. A lot of the non-splash lists are going to say Orzhov Stoneblade. Um, what do I do here? I could just. I guess I can just put Yorion in my hands. That's probably fine here. Jax, not now. Oh, I should have attacked with the orc army token there. Cool. Land would be great to kill that vial, since they're gonna port me here. Lands, please. Nice. Hi, Jax. How's it going?
You have all doggies, I guess.
All right, thank you.
Ringen doesn't have Ben here anymore.
I have my own Lauren with Bowmasters too. I just get to start pinging all their stuff. Oh, Absent Delver, of course, of course. Deal. I'll take that. It's a little bit tempting to Yorion to flicker the Bowmaster here, but I think we should just hold on to our Yorion for longer than that because it can do so much more than just flicker a Bowmaster token. Like also flicker the Skyclave, of course. So yeah, I think we're just gonna play it slow. It's very annoying to draw these two Battle of Bywaters when they have not drawn any 3-drops or any 3-power creatures, but cool, there's a 3-power creature. I don't really anticipate using Judgment on just the Wisp. Maybe once they play like one more creature of that size. But it depends on whether I can find anything else to do. I guess this is a situation where I can just Yorion, because this at least kills 2 creatures. Yeah. They're all... Yeah, they're all X1s, so... They're all X1 3-drops, as we love to play, so it doesn't matter which I target with what. It is a good screen name. I wish they picked a better deck. What is your important question, Chyleth? Infinity billion. I will not do that. How about that? Do I bounce this Uranus? I could just Judgment. I think this is worth it. If they have a swords here, yeah, that's fine, because now we just Judgment it, move on with our day. I'll even Wasteland the port here. Yeah. Okay. That was why I really wanted to not have to use the Judgment. They got they must have Cauldron in their hand then. Okay. Yeah. So I have plenty of good draws. I just have to find them. That is one of them. Wisp on the Stone Forge, sure. Or right on the Cauldron, never mind. So I can battle to kill the Wisp and get some food, but I really want to draw a really like any of like 15 cards. But I should cast this. Gets the Wisp out of there at least. Get to start gaining some life. Ouch. I will take 5. Another. This is probably for Batter Skull then. I guess it could be for Jite. Yeah. Well, they are drawing a lot more Stone Forges than I am, unfortunately. But we still definitely have ways to get out of this, as long as our deck starts cooperating. That is not really a cooperation, unfortunately. I'll take the 1 mana away from them at least, although it won't matter in this instance. Yep, there's the Jite. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess we would want to be able to cast our own Cauldron. That's a good point. Keep gaining some food, or gain some life from our food. Come on, deck. You can do it. You cannot do it. Fortunately, we just have to Lauren this Jite. They are going to kill the Skyclave with it. Okay. That does give us the opportunity to battle this other illusion away, which I think we should take advantage of. And the question is, do I bounce the Lauren right now to make sure that they don't draw a removal spell to keep us from doing it next turn? It means that we won't have Lauren Bowmaster up, but I don't think we can even really afford to be doing that. Although maybe we do have to, just because like our draws are going to be more potent than theirs. Yeah, okay. So I guess I'm going to hold off on it. I also gotta be careful of the amount of time I'm spending here. Flag sense. Okay, I will just F6 then. Sure. Battle of Bywater makes tokens for each creature you control, not the creatures that are killed. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Start with an attack here. Going to make them draw because we just desperately need the cards. That is an even better draw. Um, hey George, thanks so much for the raid. Hope you had a good stream of your own. Saw you playing a little bit of D&T. Hope you had more fun than when you were playing against Reanimator. I'm pretty sure I just want to take trades here because if they start top decking lands to put equipment onto, or to start equipping Cauldra, then I'm gonna wish that all of these things were gone. Okay. It's probably gonna be on the Lauren then. Yeah, okay. Keep that on 3. That's perfect. Let's get their Solitude out of there. Block the Stone Forge. Keep getting rid of creatures. If this gets a Swords out of their hand, I'm pretty thrilled. Yeah, cool. I do need to like end the game eventually. That definitely is the concern, but they are just putting me under so little threat. And that is the 3rd Sword Supply shares? Yeah, 3rd. There's a Cataclysm. So I will crack this food. The nice thing is that means this Cauldra is basically dead. I'm going to keep Vile, Plains, Bowmaster. It's only bad for us in terms of the clock. Let's put it that way. Although I'm not even 100% sure that it's bad in that respect either. Deal. It's only a million years if they don't figure out a way to get us to lose this game. Let's put it that way. And they are definitely putting some clock pressure on me, which is definitely smart of them. Um, this Wisp is a very good draw, though. Fixes basically all our problems. All right, deck. Making up for those two battles that did not really do very much, and I appreciate that. That's true. We would be dead if it wasn't for that. I am going to get another Flicker Wisp here. Thanks, Thoughtseize. Couldn't do it without you. Sure, whatever. I guess. Okay, yep. So that was a weird game. I unfortunately did not have the opportunity to use Yorion as effectively as I would have liked, but it's okay. We got there. Well, this hand is pretty stinky. This hand isn't great, but it is better. It at least has a much more coherent plan. And I get to Thoughtseize my opponent that also mulliganed, so that's nice too. Let's see what they're doing. Oh, not your revealed zone. That's going to be filled with these cards. Oh, hell yeah. Get out of here, Exploration. Alright, annoying for them to draw the Urza Saga. But at least we have the Wasteland, as long as they don't have the Loam on top of it. Those would be two pretty annoying draws. Yeah, okay. Got a Sphere. That is fine. I'm going to want to draw more land, so I'm not going to fetch yet. Oh, that's a really good draw. Deck is playing nice right now. Sphere of Resistance is going to be way worse for them than it is for me. There's Blast Zone. Okay, they do find an Exploration, so that's annoying. I take it back, maybe. They still need to like find something that like actually does work. Next turn, I'm gonna get to recruit for a stone forge. Or recruit. I might recruit directly for Sash, actually, to make sure that they don't get to start uh, loaming us or anything like that. Blast Zone kills Vile, but they can't activate it. It also kills their exploration, which is a pretty huge cost to them. I'm just gonna directly get the Sash here. Another Saga is annoying. Crucible. Yikes. Okay. That was definitely one of the best ways this could have gone for them, unfortunately. But we have some things we can do. Especially with this Caracas. That was a really good one. Okay, so we need to get these sagas out of here. The way that we can do that now is we can Wisp Recruiter to get Loran, cast Loran, hit the saga. Or Vile and Loran hit the saga, and then we can use our last mana to eat the saga before they get to get it back with Crucible of Worlds. And then we get to, if we draw a land next turn, we get to repeat that whole process, bouncing the Loran, doing it again. If we don't draw lands, the Sash should still be a problem in the long term for them, so I think it's going to work out. But I guess I should start by attack. Yeah. Start by attacking. Hit the Recruiter. Play this Caracas. Recruiter trigger. Gets Loran. Violet in. Hit the untapped Saga. And eat it. And F6. Oh, we're Cat Scarfing. We're Cat Scarfing real hard. They do get to waste our Caracas, actually. That was the one thing I didn't look ahead to. But it looks like they're not going to do that. Oh yeah, we actually don't have to draw land, right? Because we don't have to cast the Wisp. So we're just going to keep this on 3. Bounce Loran. Violet in. Start eating stuff. And then we did draw the land anyway. So that lets us put Yorion in our hands, which might be cool. So this construct is going to be a 3/3. We don't want to attack with anything then. We just want to do this. Yep, you're a little late on that one. We get to make a construct. That's okay. Saga goes away. Now we get to eat the Saga. And I'm just going to eat their Wasteland too. Actually, they now have only 2 lands that can tap for mana, and there's a Sphere of Resistance in play. So I'm just going to eat all these, then attack them with a 5/5 and a 3/1. I just was informed slash noticed the match tracker is out of date because it always fails, or it always gets messed up after Moto updates. So we are currently in match 4, not 2. All by myself. Sure. Yeah, I don't mind that. It's always good to just have like infinity mana in these matchups, honestly. Um, so I will attack again. Untap the Sash. Yep, makes sense. They'll still take 3. I just want to fetch now anyway, so I'll do that. Put Yorion in my hand, and then the game should basically be over next turn. We are scarfing all over them right now. This is another matchup, notably, where we would rather have. I guess I actually don't even want to say for sure. We would definitely rather have Opposition Agent over Containment Priest, but Lauren's actually like really good against lands. Oh, I don't. I just want to bring these over to make it clear what's happening. So I usually like these, and then I think about Battle of Bywater at least a little bit, because usually they kill you with construct tokens, and if you like stop the recursion, then Battle is a good way to clean up everything left over after that. I do want to cut some number of Thoughtseize though. It's really only good on the play. On the draw, it's kind of mid. It's not awful against the Spear version specifically because you can tag something like Swords to Plowshares. It's a lot worse against red because like the most you're gonna really get is like usually a crop rotation. Maybe if a game goes a certain way, you'll get lucky and get a Force of Vigor, but usually it's like crop rotation or nothing. I think I'll cut a from a Bowmasters also. And this looks about right. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, so obviously we're doing some refinement here. If I was playing this in Eternal Weekend tomorrow, Scarab Swarm is the only change I would make. My paper list has 1 Scarab Swarm over a Mother of Runes. This hand is just too slow and mopey and bad. This is better. I'll keep this. Put back one of the fetch lands, probably. Yeah. I think I'm pretty priced into thought seizing on turn one. Um, oh, oh God, what's happening? Okay. Well, now I'm not so sure. Their hand is Wasteland, Iganjo, and then maybe a third card. And I think the real problem with thought seizing is we have to get a scrub land to do it. We already know they have a wasteland. And I think if we thought seize, like, there's not really a card in their hand that we're going to be happy to thought seize into this loam that's already active, especially when they are about to wasteland us anyway. So I think we just have to get the vial in play. We'll thought seize them later on down the line, one way or another. So loam hits Savannah, Stage, and Swords. Play Stage. So they have Savannah, Iganjo, and Waste in their hand right now. Plus some other card. And they hit Saga. Gross. At least milled over a Crucible. Don't have to deal with that anymore. But as of right now, it's looking a little bit bad. I maybe needed to just cast the Stoneforge here. I'm not sure. I feel a little bit better about playing Caracas now. We are going to recruit for a Lauren again. It's going to try to do the exact same thing that it did last time, and hopefully it works. Do they dredge loam? They do. They hit Yavimaya, Horizon Canopy, Urza Saga. They've played the Wasteland. They hit our Crocus. And now their hand is going to be Savannah, Iganjo, Waste, Saga, Canopy, and some other card. Stage is going to make things real awkward. I guess not. I guess no, they didn't. Now they made it not so awkward. Oh, that's even better. So here we can Vial and Lauren, we can hit the Saga. They'll make a construct. We have enough mana to cast Sash and eat the Loam, which then turns off all the recursion, at least for now. Yeah, I think that is what we're going to do. And then depending on what they have going on, we have the opportunity the next couple of turns to just like bounce Lauren and kill all their Mox Diamonds too, which is going to potentially be good against their hand that has like all lands and no, importantly, no exploration. This is obviously going to be a bit risky if they do find another Loam, but like getting the Loam here is just clearly correct. That's a bummer. Nothing to do about it. It just sucks. And there is the next saga. So we're really hankering for like a rest in peace here now. I'm gonna keep. Actually, do I keep this on 3 this turn? I think I don't, because I'm probably just going to use all my mana this turn to bounce Laura and play it. And then that gives me. If I tick this up, then my next turn can be put Yorin in my hands, blink everything, and that looks really good. So yeah, we're going to tick up here. And we just have to fade Loam for a while, but hopefully we can do that successfully. Yep, we knew about the wasteland, that's fine. We got what we needed out of that, out of this Caracas, so. Okay, tick up to 5 here. Another land works for me. They at least. What do they have in their hands? I'm going to go ahead and cast this Thoughtseize. I'm not going to be too upset if it just hits nothing. I'll take the information if nothing else. We know about 3 of the cards in their hand. Yeah, so this makes them use a crop rotation. Dark Depths, sure. And then... okay, I knew about all of those. So they can Depths us here. But that's okay, because I can chump block with the Yorion. Yeah, we're totally fine here. I guess I should just do this now, actually. Look at the board. Lauren, one of the Mox Diamonds. We're going to recruit for a Wisp here, I believe. Yeah, recruit for Wisp. Stoneforge for Cauldra. Lauren, the Mox Diamonds. They can do this. It gets rid of all of their only mana source in play will be a Mox Diamonds. And I know that their hand is currently dead, other than the fact that it does have a lot of green sources in it. So we just have to dodge Caracas and crop rotation for Caracas. And I think that's basically it. Swords to Plowshares also. So they have a decent number of draws, but like... nothing to do about it but make them have it, right? So I will just jump here and take 2. Beautiful. I know all my lands are messed up by their Yavimaya now. I hate that. All right, Lage, get out of here. Get to Cauldron and hit them for a bunch. We have Solitude back if anything really stupid happens, but I think overall I'm feeling pretty confident in where we're at right now. Another Depths. I did not know about that. So they do potentially have crop rotation into another Merit Lage, but that's what we have this Solitude for, so that should be fine. This is also lethal. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is lethal. Oh, sure. Yeah, I did know about that, but that's fine. So their last three cards are Savannah, Horizon Canopy, and something. I should have played that land, but there's the Savannah. Yeah, I think most lands players should board out most depths in this matchup. It's just really not reliable. Sure, you got me. I'm really excited for them to like play and crack their canopy, and then we just get to Bowmaster. They draw off their canopy. They draw off Lauren and just kill them that way. Oh, Tabernacle. Well, that's mean. But this is also just a way to kill them. Cool. All right. Give me 1 second and we'll head into the last match of this league and play for the trophy. Running pretty hot tonight, not gonna lie. Now that I say that, we'll see what happens this next one, but it really did, right? Just winning game one into winning the match against Doomsday, your first match of the league, like what can be better than that? It was also against no, sorry, the last one was not a turn one Ritual Doomsday hand. That was not the case, but games 1 and 2 were. Just don't think about the Thoughtseize that I cast into the first one. Yeah, Trilith, what are you saying? Speak your mind. Don't speak your mind. I take it back. All right, what do we got? Hand looks reasonable. We'll go with it. Basic islands. Mox Opal. Probably 8 cast then. I really don't want another land, but okay. Not 8 cast. I don't know what. I guess. Oh, is it? Is it Tony's Paradox Engine? I didn't think that it had red in it. I thought it was mono blue. That makes sense though. I'm gonna get rid of this One Ring and be sad that the rest of my hand is useless. Let's just draw a Thalia or something, please. Is Volk probably casting the Grim Monolith? Yep, cool, cool. On guard. Mom is gonna get in there. No, don't have drawn something, please. Urza. Okay, I can deal with that, I guess. I guess I want to untap anyway, because they... Yeah, he could Flusterstorm my swords, so I should definitely untap. These draw steps, huh? He doesn't need Metalcraft because of Urza's mana ability. Force pitching. Force, unforce, force, pitching Flusterstorm. Okay. It has also been years for me, but that is the one thing I do remember about it. They don't have the mana to spin. It's I'm 4-0. The tracker, so the match tracker always breaks every Moto update. What? Um, and it just randomly started working uh, as of the second. um, uh, Words as of the second match that we were playing. Okay. Mom did get better. Hopefully they don't find a grindstone, but we have a solitude for it at least. If they do. And if they don't, then we get to solitude many things. That's a lot of mana. They're spinning. Okay. They find a force. That's not a good one. Alright, well, I get to absorb a lot of damage here. So I'll take advantage of that. Um, oh, that's really nice too. Um, so I guess I just play a fetch and pass, and I'll probably. I guess we'll see what happens. Ideally, I get to Solitude. There might be a situation where I have to swords first. Um, because I don't want to be in a situation where I die because I can't evoke my swords to pushers. Yeah, okay, that sucks. I'm going to Solitude in response to this, since I know that I won't die to the Painter Servant. I think I can safely do this, and I'll just do it instead so that they can't like draw into a force. What am I actually killing though? I'm probably killing the Urza here. Gives them less mana. They have, I guess they don't really need the Urza to draw out of anything because they have the One Ring now. Maybe I just get rid of the Painter. The only thing I like about the Painter is that it makes this construct bad. But I guess since we're gonna Yorion next turn anyway, it doesn't really matter that much. Cool. They didn't attack. All lands, huh? Well, I will cast the Yorion. Get the Urza out of here. And here we go. We get to Cauldron them and hit them for a ton next turn, so. I finally hit an Urza Saga. Here's a Grindstone. Oh my god, Tech. Um, so if I Cauldron them here, they're gonna take 9 basically and go to 7, then they'll take another 2 and go to 5. Um, is that worth dying to Painter Servant? The answer is probably, but let me. Oh, maybe it doesn't. No, actually, it totally doesn't change the clock. So, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a lot of cards to draw, but I would rather they be spending their mana drawing cards than doing most other things. Siri didn't tell you and I'm literally streaming? Come on, Siri. What is your deal? Yeah, start the stream late. 3 minutes. Or what was it? It was a minute, if that. $3 seconds. That's what it was. Perfect. We get to see more. We see a Pyrite Spell Bomb. If I swords their Emery, is that a way to guarantee lethal? Let me see here. So if I swords Emery, they go to 9. Untap, cast Cauldra, 5, 6. They basically have to block the Cauldra. Let's say like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then they would die to their One Ring trigger. If I don't swords Emery, they can block the Solitude. They take 4, 5, and then still die to their One Ring trigger. So the answer is no. I do not need to swords Emery. That's an even better reason to not swords Emery. Oh, they do have second construct to block. You're right. I forgot about that. We don't really have anything to do about that, do we? Making sure that we don't. I'm pretty sure the answer is no. We get them for 4, but they don't need the Ancient Tomb to make a construct. So I guess that means we have to cast Cauldra, swing out, because the mom getting in for that one. Oh no, the mom won't get. Yes, the mom will get in. Okay, all right, figured it out. Running on like one brain cell right now, but we figured it out. All right, cool. They had nothing. Gaddock looks pretty great here. Deafening Silence looks good. I like Lauren. I like Council's Judgment. And I maybe like Battle of Bywater. Surgical didn't look like it was going to do much. It does like hit Emery, but other than that, I don't think it does anything. How is it going, Mr. Toast? We could bring in Mindbreak Trap actually also. I'm sure Trilith is really happy about that. These moms look bad. What else looks bad? Maybe this Batter Skull doesn't look amazing. It's like okay against the Saga tokens, but not that good. What else? Thalia on the draw is actually pretty bad, huh? Like, it's hard to make the argument for Thalia against a Grim Monolith deck. Yeah, I want Sash for Emery and for being big occasionally. I think this probably looks good. We got stuff against pretty much different suite of nonsense they can do. Yeah, this looks about right. Yeah, let's go for it. Classic legacy deck. Is it Urza Painter with the One Ring? Yeah, this hand works. Kind of does something against like all of their various draws. If they have like an Urza, we swords it. If they have a Saga, we waste it. If they have some stupid fast mana, we Mind Break Trap it. Or are we Mind Break Trap them? I guess I Mind Break Trap this just to be safe, right? Like at this rate, what else are they casting this turn? And it saves the swords for later. Yeah, they have sixth. I am going to Thoughtseize them. Yeah. I'll get rid of the Urza they're going to cast next turn. And then this Lorien Revealed might be a problem later, but I think that's fine because we get to just take the Urza, waste their Saga, play Vile, and things look pretty okay. Yeah. Deal. I guess I'm probably. There's like no way Deafening Silence matters here, does it? Could have taken Lauren's Swords, the Urza. Maybe I don't love that they then just have a construct we don't have a great way to deal with. It's not. It doesn't look like it's gonna pressure us very much, but like, I don't know. What is this? Are you brazen borrowing me? Sure. I mean the construct off of the Urza itself. But yeah, that JR's response is pretty much exactly my feeling. I just want to get rid of the real cards. Especially because they are hard pressed to even not cycle the Lorien. So, but yeah, now we just have a plow for the Brazen Borrower. I'm not even sure. I guess I am going to use it, but I'm going to spend my mana here just putting Yorion in hand, I think. Um, I guess I sort of priced myself into getting the Savannah here, so they know that that's a thing that could happen, but that's okay. So they get to play Borrower. They'll start hitting me. That's okay. Keeping Skyclave because I really want it as an answer for like a One Ring that they could draw. Ooh, that's also sort of an answer to the One Ring. I guess I can just Bowmaster and even save the swords. Yeah, cool. Looking even better. And they just scooped the match. All right, I'll take it. I'm glad I caught it before you had to stop me. All right, that was our first trophy in a hot minute. And it wasn't particularly hard either. That was damn. It was also quick. It's only 11. Are you kidding me? That's wild. All right, confirmed. This deck is perfect. Don't change a card. Um, I mean, we got some time. I guess I'll just maybe hop into another one. We'll do like a game or two of the next league, or another match or two. Before I do that, I'm just gonna take a quick like 2-3 minute break. So I will be right back. Hey, I'm back. Let's go. Yellow nails. That is cool. Yeah, that's my first trophy this season. Obviously, I missed a lot of it because I was moving, but like, I mean, it's a long time. All right, we are on the play. That is nice to see. Can I select my companion? There we go. Pretty mono white looking hands. I'll keep it. I'll take it. We're going to start with a Thalia here to potentially bait out a Force of Will or something like that. Cool. Bug, huh? What does that mean? Now we'll attack first. And then we'll just Stoneforge for Cauldra because we have a backup Stoneforge and a Mom to protect the first one. What is this? Bowmasters. Okay, sure. I'm just gonna let Thalia go because I specifically want to make sure my Stoneforge lives. No land is a bummer, but we'll live. We have a Cauldron in play after all. What does that mean? Savannah. So swords, leyline binding. Okay, so this is probably Vuk's beans list then. That's what it's looking like. I think definitely from what I have seen of just looking at his deck on paper, certainly one of the more palatable beanstalk builds for us to be playing against. So mostly because they just don't have, yeah, confirmed. Just because they don't have like an amazing way to win the game. More solitudes, huh? I think I'm just gonna hold up my mana here. I'll either Stoneforge in the Sash or I'll cast the Bowmaster, one of the two. And my first recruiter is gonna get a Lauren, which should surprise nobody. Okay, in that case, I am going to grab a swamp and I'll put in the Sash. That's nice. I'll take that. See what's going on over there. I'm eating a swords here too. Swords on the Mom. Yep, okay. Force of Negation, Ponder, Leyline, Binding, Uro. Probably just taking the Leyline Binding here. The Uro is not a problem because of the Sash. The Sash will stay in play as long as the Leyline Binding dies. Yeah, that seems right to me. And I'll go ahead and eat something now so that I don't have to worry about Sash dying to a Bowmaster down the line. And we'll just keep the other mana up for... Maybe they'll cast the Uro here, who knows. Yep, here's a Ponder. Really wish we had another land to start Bowmastering them, but alas. I guess the other reason to take the Binding is because they have a Beanstalk in play, so that would just draw them a card if they got to cast it. And their hand was notably not good with Beanstalks as it is right now, so... Murktide. Okay. That is like one of the few good cards they have for killing us. And they are notably exposing themselves a little bit here because we know that they're one of... Yeah, cool. We know two of their cards in their hand, so the last one has to be Force of Will. I'll eat a land out of my yard to gain an extra life. Sure. Okay. Lots of Solitudes, not a lot of lands. That's a little annoying. This does incentivize them to cast Uro, which might mean that we get to go off with the Bowmaster a little bit. Looks like that will be the case. So they will get a Swords to Plowshares off the top of their deck. They will be able to cast it. Prismatic Ending. Okay, so they still have... So the hand is Force of Negation, Swords to Plowshares. Now that is something we can work with. Thankfully, they're nowhere, currently, at least right now, nowhere close to escaping Uro. Now that is more like it. Notably, at least the list that I saw for this deck does not have any wastelands in it. So that's going to make the Teagues that we get out of our sideboard a little easier to cast, as well as making it so we can actually just fetch some scrublands without worrying about it very much. Yeah, sure. I'm not going to worry about casting these Solitudes until they do something that makes me want to. That might have been a land turn to cast the Vial, I guess, but they have the Force Negation for it, so I'm not sure. All right, there's another... Oh, no, that's another Uro. Yeah, okay. They don't find a land. Notably, they tapped out here, so this will actually be a good turn to cast the Aether Vial because they have to pitch for the Force. Especially now that we drew a land so that we can still hold up Solitude while doing so. Still 2 cards away from escaping, 3 if they don't want to exile their other Uro. I'm going to go ahead and fetch now that I have all the lands I need. That works. Get my damage in first, but this should at least eat the swords to plowshares on the Stoneforge. Or not quite. Is this going to be pinging the Stoneforge and blocking? Yeah, okay. I'll just Solitude whatever they block with, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and they are not actually supposed to use the army token here, I don't think, because it could get bigger. Pitch, pitch, force. Yeah, okay. So the force negation's gone. They did get to draw a card, a little annoying. But we can live with that. Play Underground Sea. Is this probably where... Oh, right, they still can't. There's a third Uro. Okay. Do they get a fetch land? They don't. So they are still not escaping. There's another bean. Okay. So their hand is... There's no lands for sure. And it is otherwise Swords to Plowshares, 3 other cards. I would really like to draw Lauren, or Recruiter for Lauren. Not a Plains. I guess I'm supposed to just hold back there instead of attacking. I lost more life than I realized. So Uro's finally going to get escaped. They have to get rid of one of the other ones, though. Yeah, okay. So I am going to Solitude with the trigger on the stack. Hopefully they don't have another Force of Will. They've used 2 of them? No, just 1 so far. Okay, so... Okay, this feels good. That also feels... That feels fine, at least. So I'm just going to chill for a bit. They don't have a way to kill me, really. And I'm just going to hold this Vial on 3 with this Flicker Wisp. Interesting. That's the 4th Bowmaster, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, sure. That's fine. And that is what we were saving this Wisp for. I'm going to kill Bowmasters here because they don't have a way to make the army bigger, and the more Bowmasters I exile, the fewer Bowmasters can get into the graveyard to escape this Uro. I was going to say, this one is going to take a bit. This is probably going to be the last match we play tonight. Man, this match would be trivial if we drew a Caracas, but we have not been so lucky. What is going on here? Oh, is this a prismatic ending? Oh, it's a Murktide. Okay, sure. All right, that's a lot of beans. They are drawing cards, but I just don't think that it's gonna matter. Okay. I could have played around swords by casting the Yorion. Um, Actually, no, that doesn't work anyway, so never mind. Just kidding. I didn't say anything. Yeah, let's get this army out of there. They sure are, and that is my assumption. Um, okay. Do you have the fourth Swords of the Plowshares? They do. Okay. So that's all their swords. They have one more binding, maybe some more prismatic endings, and yes, this is all the creatures left that they could win the game with, plus this Uro. We're not gonna chump here. We have plenty of time and plenty of good draws. Oh yeah, we also. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I forgot the Solitude. Solitude died. Nothing happened there. Okay. That's not how I want this to go. Um, we have drawn a lot of lands. We don't need any more. Do they even have more fetchables? They do. Okay. They have more than that. Yes. Okay. This lets them escape Uro, I guess, but we just have the Crocus for it, so that doesn't matter. Oh, sure. It grows the Murktide. That's why it matters. So unfortunately, I feel like the likelihood of them not having a force in their in their hand right now is like basically zero. And part of the problem with that is we have gone through so many solitudes. Yeah. That we might just end up dying unless we can top deck the last solitude in our deck. Okay, that is now anything that deals with Murktide is as good as the next. So makes me pretty worried that they have a force. It would be very likely for them to. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, that's a really annoying way to lose that one. Thankfully, we have plenty of good cards to bring in. Um, basically, probably not the battles, but all of these at least. Um, they are a an Uro deck, so I'm going to take out Thalia's. Um, and Jite doesn't look very good here. Um, this is probably just it. Looks fine. They are a threat light, but like, what of their creatures is going to end up in the graveyard other than Uro, which is like so easy to deal with because they're an Uro deck without wastelands. I think I have enough Uro answers that I just don't feel the need for it. And I just don't know what I'd cut. Yeah, I'll give you this. It's got a Vial. I like Vial. Also, we have Recruiter for Lauren if we need it, which we almost certainly will. This is the matchup for it. I think his list had sideboard Pernicious Deeds that I'm going to want to be aware of. But I do have a good number of answers for it. So here I'm tempted to just put Yorion in my hand. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Am I supposed to just Skyclave this actually, and not even give them the opportunity to force the Recruiter or the Lauren? I think that's right. Because there's notably actually not a lot of Skyclave targets. It's like Beans and Uro, and that's basically it. So I think I just take the Beans away, and maybe this is where I recruit. I could recruit for a Teague potentially. Although I think with Deed in their deck, maybe that's a reason to still go for Lauren. Um, But I think I'm either way. I think I've convinced myself that this is the right way to do it. And still not sure what I want. Um, I guess Teague is good. It's not as critical against these lists. So I think it's probably either Lorne or Stoneforge. Notably, they also don't have any white mana in play right now. I'll go for Stoneforge. There are a lot of options that feel pretty good there. Hard to know. Okay. Here's some white mana. Prismatic. Okay. Yeah. Just gonna do this. I'm gonna continue pressuring the beans with this wisp. Okay. They force pitch Murktide. That's honestly good for me. Um, and this is where I have to be a little bit wary of playing this Stoneforge into Deed, actually, now that I'm fetching. I'm going to fetch a scrub land, and then I just have to think about this. I guess if they Deed, they can only Deed for 2, which means my 3-drops stay in play. So that's actually... 3-drops stay in play, and they're just, like, basically 2 for 1ing themselves. So I think that's actually totally fine. And I'll get a Cauldron here. Okay. This may have just been a bad attack. I think it was, and I think the best way to recoup here is try to get this Yorion to resolve. Yeah, I think I basically knew they had Bowmaster too, just from like the ways they were playing earlier, and I pretty sure I just needed to, if I just like cast Yorion here, then it feels pretty good, honestly. Okay, Yorion resolves, so that's very good. So we're not in a total nightmare situation. We get to get rid of the beans again. And this time recruit for, I think, another Stoneforge, actually. Yeah. Yeah, so this would be better if we just had an untapped Karakas, yeah, and swords that we didn't have to use on a army token. That is true. It did mean that our recruiter got to live when In some ways, it kind of shouldn't have. I think I'm just chilling there. I'd really like to see the first deed before I play this mom. Hey, there it is. Them not activating it is weird because now we just get to Cauldra them. Sure. That's, yeah, it's 3 Swords to Plowshares. Okay. Um, Equipping Cauldra forces a deed activation. Um, they're never gonna not leave the mana up. I feel like I just want to make them crack it as soon as I can so that I get to get on with playing this game. They get to Uro if they want to, but we have the Caracas. If they don't, then we just sash it. This is Force, Hardcast Force. Okay. Then I will play Mom, and this Mom might get a Cauldron on it soon. I'll take it. Just gonna put it on the army token. I'm smelling a potential binding on the Cauldra. Yeah, okay. You got me. Another deed, okay. Guess I chill. Still chilling. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. This will probably get something that matters. Yeah, that hand's not good, huh? I'll the take the Bowmasters. Just because the longer this Bowmasters is in play, the longer that hand is dead. I think the other option is the Lorien, probably. But I don't want to. I just don't want to get into a situation where like they find like two removal spells to kill the Bowmaster, and then their hand just actually looks pretty good. Um, Now that I have two vials, I'll sacrifice one to the Pernicious Deed to potentially entice them to crack it. Got to be wary about the time impact of that, but all right. Interesting, interesting. Sure, maybe this will get him to crack it. Yep. Fingers crossed that this works. It might not. They have they have two forces they could draw into, some bindings. Um, Only one Swords to Plowshares. Looks like they're going to brainstorm again. Probably. Yep. Okay. They found the last swords. I will answer that after the match, given how much time pressure I'm under. It will be quiet for a little bit, unfortunately. What is? Oh, terminus. Okay, got it. Deal. One of the most dealable terminus I've ever had cast against me, honestly. Um, and I get to kill this binding. Let's go. All right, sure. Binding again. Hopefully they don't have another one to just eat this batter skull. That was maybe a good, maybe that was a reason to not cast the judgment, but we'll see. Okay. Yes, there is a snoring doggo. Another mom. All right. Sanctuary for swords? For something? Oh, for Terminus. Sure. Into Brainstorm. Yeah, sure. They failed to cast it? They just clicked wrong? Yeah, they definitely just clicked wrong or something. No, they're probably just gonna hard cast it if I have to guess. Or not. Confused. I could potentially go for lethal here by just attacking and then giving mom. Oh, there they go. Are they doing it right this time? There they go. They did it. Gonna cast another mom. Put Batterskull on it again. Is this getting forced? It is getting forced. Okay. Gross. They're close to decking, though. And they have only one more Forcible in their deck? Oh man, they... Ooh, boy. I don't think I want to do anything here, actually. I should probably pick up Batterskull next turn. I should have done that this turn, but this looks like the Murktide Regent. Yep, they're up to down to six cards in their library. Hey, Carador, thanks so much for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. You're drawing into your deck more? For real? Nice, congrats. Okay, uh-huh, uh-huh. All right, well, you can't attack, but you also have to kill me in 2 combat steps. That's even better. All right, we're going into the third game. We're up about 45 seconds on the clock. I'm going to board in these Battle of Bywaters to make sure that I don't die to Murktides. Um, and I'm just going to cut something else. I think I like cutting. I do like boarding out Vile, actually. Yeah. I won't go so. Okay, I accidentally did not reveal my companion. That was a bad one. Oh my god, deck. Uh, okay, this works. Bottom, Caracas. There we go. Bowmaster is annoying now that we don't have a dual fetch land here. Okay, that's a trigger for them. That's for sure. I'm not going to cast that. Alright, I'm gonna put this Bowmaster into play. Let's give them stuff to be concerned about. Ooh. Nope, that's not what I want to do. There we go. Cool. You got it. You got it. You got it. Nope. Alright. Sure. Deal. You got it. All right, I lost a bit of clock having actual things to do, but I'm just sixing constantly. I'm not going to bother attacking. I'm pretty sure I win this game here, friendo, but okay. Actually, this will probably work out for me. They were just trying to cast a ley line binding and I wasted 6 seconds. Yeah, okay, we got there. Yeah, okay, they concede. Phew. All right. Well, it figures that the last match we play was about half the length of the entire previous league. Um, so I think that the answer I was going, or the question I was going to answer, basically already got answered. But I'll just do a really quick spiel on top of what Isla said. Yeah, 80 is definitely better than 60. Mono white is fine. I think that it has some problems. Um, the black splash gives you a lot. Thoughtseize is just really good against like basically every deck. We're a control deck, and we really need to get to the late game, and Thoughtseize gives us a lot of ways to actually get to that point. Um, and Bowmaster has just immediately proven itself to be one of the, it's in like every deck. It is extremely popular card, powerful, definitely worth splashing for. Whew. All right. Thank you everybody for stopping by. I guess I'll have to finish this. Well, I'll either finish it off stream or we'll just pick up Sunday from here, depending on what I have time for. We will see. But it has been an excellent evening with y'all. 6-0 on the night. Um, and list is feeling good. We ran into multiple Beanstalk matchups. We definitely have immediately been happy to have multiple Laurens in our deck. And we have not yet missed opposition agent, really, other than lands. But I think that's an example of a matchup where you bring in opposition agent because you have it, not because you are like really trying to use opposition agent against lands in particular. I think we are just gonna call it, and yeah, VOD will be up on YouTube if you missed any of it. If not, check me out live. I'm every Thursday and Sunday starting at 9 Eastern. We're always playing some form of Death and Taxes, my favorite deck in the whole wide world. But until then, I'm going to wish you all a good evening and sign off, and I'll see some of you, hopefully all of you, but at least some of you, on Sunday. Have a good night, folks.